can start, sir.
What inspired you to enter this line of business?
Very good morning, Sethi, sir. We always look forward for an opportunity that we are comfortable with, where we see growth opportunity and certain amount of, let's say, comfort in doing it. So I realized way back in 2002 that plastic furniture industry is one industry which is very fast, ever growing, is sunrise, and has a great potential to penetrate into the country. And it's at this point when I'm talking to you 20 years later, in 2022, the total market size of plastic furniture is more than $1 billion, almost about 7,000 odd crores across India. And we've been part of it from the northern India. So when we saw an opportunity, we felt that this is the right thing for us to do so. We jumped in, and we are very glad that we did the right thing.
How was the preparation?
When it comes to preparation, we all, go through a path which is very uncharted territory. We don't know what it will entail. But what is very interesting is, as we progressed along, we realized that there's a not only a potential, but there's a certain amount of confidence that we gained. And today, I think from potential standpoint of, I can say that we have expanded 10 times bigger than what we were earlier when I started. So that is a kind of let's say potential we saw, and as we went along, we prepared ourselves financially, mentally, distribution wise, branding wise, etc., and that's how we reached here today.
What is your product basket?
We have a complete range of plastic molded furniture, right from baby chairs, stools, baby tables to bigger tables for dhabas, restaurants, etc., for domestic, for computers, for students, for armless chairs like for dhabas and tents, etc., or for auditoriums, right from and we also have higher upper category products which are cushion chairs and all that. We have more than 106 SKU at this point of time with multiple colors. So I will say more than 200 product category that we have at this point of time.
How often you are launching new products?
How often?
You are launching new products.
Launching new product. That has been the biggest hallmark of Avro Furniture. I think for the past couple of years, we have been launching almost every year new products. And let me tell you, sir, at this point when I'm talking to you, we have more than 28 designs registered in the company name, which is a very different thing because not many companies in the country have done that, which means we are always doing a lot of creative work. And to get the design registration is not an easy job. And that means we have done something very exceptional and different. When we do that, not only we actually earn a better revenue, that's how our top line and bottom line is growing, but we also become the leader in the product category. And that is how today we are every year launching 3 to 5 or maybe 6 products. This year itself, when I'm talking in 2022, we have already launched 3 molds. And there are at least 5 more molds in the pipeline, which are likely to be launched this year. And this is not the end of it. Every year we will continue to do so, depending upon the appetite and let's say the aspiration of the people and the kind of intellect that we gather from the global sources. How is it, what is it that we can leverage, how we can better in terms of design and give it out to the market.
Are you offering any value-added services also?
As such, we do not offer any value-added service besides what we are doing as a manufacturing, but we also sell on online and offline. So online model, and I can say as a business model, we are doing whatever possible we can. And the only thing that I can say is that today, not only our products are very aesthetically designed, robust and rugged in quality, we are the first in the country to offer 3 years guarantee on certain select products. And the biggest key takeaway here, when you say value addition, is that I can say value addition to the consumer is we offer a prices which are 40% cheaper than the national brands and still giving a better design, aesthetics, quality, guarantee product.
Are you into exports also?
We were not in exports earlier, but a couple of days back, we sent a shipment to Mauritius. We are in the process of evaluating which are the other countries which we can sell. In fact, we did not probably ponder on that. That was a mistake, I can say, from our side. But actually, let's say look at Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Myanmar, these, that, etc., etc. All these Southeast Asian countries and neighboring countries, they do not have that kind of ability and manufacturing capacity that we have built up, not only in terms of the product category and designs, but in terms of various other angles. And we are also very cost effective. So I believe that we are the right fit for manufacturing and exporting. So with the process of evaluation, I will continue to do whatever best we can.
What are the highlights of plastic manufacturing industry, furniture
The
industry?
biggest highlight is that's a zero emission, ZERO. When I say zero, there's no air pollution. There's no air pollution at all. You don't smell anything bad or cheap. And there is no water pollution. We don't even use 1 liter of water in the process. Whatever we use is only for the cooling of the mold, which also gets into recycled mold, except for evaporation. We don't have any noise pollution. The decibel levels in the factory floor, shop floor are so low that women workforce work on the shop floor day in and out, and they have no issues or no challenge. We also do not actually give out even a single kilo of sludge or plastic waste. We don't destroy, we don't throw it out into the gutters and drains, because everything is recycled and consumed in our factory. So I would say that we are doing a great job in terms of not only saving environment, we are a sustainable company also.
In the furniture industry, how much portion is of wooden and how much of plastic?
I would rate that today plastic is only $1 billion industry, but the total furniture industry would be about $10 billion. So from that standpoint, for plastic is only 10% at this point of time, but at the rate of 15% growth, organic growth that we have in the country, because let's say people rising from below poverty line and also buying furniture product. When they want to buy furniture, it's like buying shoes. They want to first buy chappals, so they want to buy chairs first, and then they go on to wooden. So we are the company, we are the country, or we are the segment and category which actually serves the lowest and lowest category of people, and also upper middle class and so on and so forth. So I would say that we have a 10% market share at this point of time in the furniture industry, but that is growing so fast. No doubt, even wooden category also is growing. Wooden with the hybrid steel, etc., is going, but plastic furniture is going at a very rapid pace.
So what is Avro's market share in the plastic furniture?
So we have 7% market share in the North India segment, because we are a North India-based company operating out of almost 7 states and 3 union territories. We are also trying to expand our footprint across country by appointing certain select distributors, which are likely to be like say jumbo distributors type. We are in the process of doing that. But from the standpoint of the North Indian market, we have close to about 7% market share, which we are likely to take it forward to the next level, depending upon what kind of distribution, what kind of branding, what kind of product SKU that we offer, and all these that marketing efforts that we are putting in.
What is your existing capacity and the capacity utilization?
So we are utilizing about 100% capacity. In fact, so much so that we are actually sourcing a lot of our material from our other companies. And that particular product, of course, is very much available to us, and absolute dedicated facility that we have. But nevertheless, we are in the process of building more scalable capacity, because at this point, I think we're running short of capacity. We need to have more manufacturing ability, and that's what we're in the process of doing so.
What are your expansion plans or any acquisitions in mind?
We are not looking at any acquisition, but we are certainly looking at expanding forward in terms of product verticals, category that we want to do to ensure that we serve all section of consumers, but also in terms of backward integration, where we are looking at recycling as a great future, because recycling material is abundantly available in the country. More than 6 million tons of plastics comes, post-consumer plastic is accessible and available, which gets into the gutters and all that. And very few people are actually recycling that. But we are in the process of building a facility where we will not only manufacture, we will recycle, but we will also manufacture a couple of products with a certain amount of value addition without compromising the quality. So I would say that forward and backward, we are doing a great job, and we should be able to increase, let's say, our presence as well as top line and bottom line.
How do you look at competition?
Well, of course, competition is fierce. and it will remain so. But nevertheless, because the market is so wide and huge across country, 1.3 billion people, and UP alone, where we have 25 crore population, and this 10 UT, it's 7 states and UT that we're addressing, almost 50 crore population. So we don't really foresee as a major challenge in terms of competition. There are regional specific players, who operate in about 200, 300 kilometer periphery, and also offer low value added product where they are little cheaper than us. But nevertheless, when it comes to bouquet of services, I think we are the company which is offering such a huge range with a diverse color, distribution model, etc., which they are not able to give. So that's how people hang on to us. They stay with us, and there are distributors who are with us almost for 20 years now, and ever rising and fast growing also.
Are you getting any premium for your products?
I can't say that we really get too much of premium, but we certainly get a priority. That is first thing. And we also get about 1 or 2% extra premium than other companies. We are in the process of building our brand. Once we do that, I'm sure not only in terms of the buoyancy, the density that will increase and the volume will go up. We are also looking forward that our top line and bottom line should also grow on the basis of the branding and the pull strategy that we will create, where consumer awareness is created and consumer is more than happy to take our product. And that's how we will certainly be able to do a certain value addition.
How is the bifurcation in household and commercial?
Primarily, I would say, sir, at this point of time, I would say 74% is all household, 25% is commercial, which gets into the dhabas, hotels, restaurants, and auditoriums, and so on and so forth. But progressively, I can see that the penetration of this commercial, which is 25% now, will dramatically go up, because we are trying to offer such kind of SKUs in product where we will be able to serve their interest much more better and diverse also.
Which your new products have replaced wooden furniture in the recent past?
I think, all the plastic chairs, tables, stools, etc., a lot of things that we're doing have replaced not only wooden, but also steel to some extent, because what is happening is they may be robust, they may be good at quality or the strength, etc. But plastic furniture also per se, the way it is designed, it takes care of almost about 100 kilo human beings load, weight, etc. And all weather condition, indoor and outdoor. Even plastic chair, for example, let's say 4 kg chair, you keep it out for about 20 years. I'm saying 20 years, not 10 years. 20 years, it will still work. It will not break. There may be certain amount of roughness. So I will say that in terms of today, plastic taking over wooden and steel is rampant. And as many applications that were all available in plastics, wooden and steel, are now being taken over by plastic from the standpoint of not only aesthetics, but in terms of the cost, in terms of the comfort, convenience, and so on and so forth. And so the best part here is this is all recyclable 6 to 7 times.
How you are strengthening your marketing and branding?
How you are?
Strengthening your marketing and branding.
I think, we, for quite some time, for about almost 3 years or so, we were a little silent on the branding, because branding was something which, due to pandemic, we stayed back. But now we are actually escalating our branding efforts. And this year should see a certain traction in terms of the consumer awareness as well as the pull strategy. Besides, of course, the marketing, as I said, not only these 10 states that we offer, 7 states and 3 UTs that we are talking about, where we are significant present. Now we are going pan-India across, and we are also creating certain footprint through marketing strategies. We do a lot of road shows. We do a lot of ATL, BTL activities, which actually empowers our distributor. So we try to do anything and everything on the earth. Is just not selling, but we do a lot of marketing activities. And that is how our top line has been growing every year.
Do you have any plans to move into sanitary market also?
No, sir, we don't plan to move to sanitary market, because at this point of time, as such, furniture per se itself is expanding rapidly. But we do intend to get into various of the category of products, which could be revolving chairs, mattresses, and so on and so forth. We're looking at those options also. We haven't thought about it. We will not manufacture. We probably might outsource in our own brand name, because we have infrastructure which is already existing for offline and online mode. So we might as well piggyback on this existing infrastructure by leveraging and getting those products branded in our name.
What are the triggers for top line growth?
I think the trigger would be the market is very apt and available. And what is happening is that number one, that small time companies which were operating and due to cash flow issues or maybe technological advancement or the new model offering, they could not sustain. They could not do that. So almost there's a 25% vacuum that got created from that standpoint for you. Second thing is, of course, because we are very aggressive in marketing and branding or distribution for that matter, we are cannibalizing on other companies' brands. So I assume and believe that there will be certain amount of traction and significant growth in the top line just because of these two issues. And even otherwise, our attitude of approaching the entire pan-India market, we're taking care of the various verticals, right from modern trade, like metro AG stores and Geo or such kind of store. We are also available. We are also approaching defense forces, GEM, etc. So we are tapping as many opportunities, corporate gifting, exports, wherever possible, so that our top line can actually grow. And once top line grows, naturally bottom line also gets supported.
What is the major cost in the manufacture of your products?
Major cost is raw material, sir, because when it comes to, there are only three elements. One is labor, electricity, and raw material. And of course, there is an indirect cost of, let's say, distribution, etc., in terms of finance and etc. But then, nevertheless, the major cost is, I think, raw material, and that is something that we are taking care of by doing certain amount of backward integration of recycling, certain amount of, let's say, capacity in-house itself, which will take care of our bottom line growth.
How much raw material prices have increased in the last 2-3 years?
I think they have increased significantly. I would say about 20-25% raw material price increase has been there, and that has actually to some extent hit the entire sector for that matter. But just because we had a beautiful supply chain management system and certain amount of affinity to our manufacturers as well as suppliers who kept on and hung with us and are giving a support mechanism, that's how it did not hit us very hard, and that's how FY22 we posted a better result than the earlier years.
So you are able to pass on the raw material increase to the buyers?
To some extent, yes. And to some extent, it is mitigated due to the volume increase that we are trying to do. So somehow direct and indirect cost gets mitigated in that.
How you are improving on the value addition?
We are actually doing a lot of value addition now. As I said, we are also adding cushion chairs and such kind of product, which we are giving double color chairs and various other things which market has never ever seen. So by doing that, we are getting into a value system whereby we not only create a different product category, but we also get into a category where there's a certain amount of entry barrier for everybody, those small-time players who are offering in a regional specific product. So because our offering as a bouquet will be much better and bigger and wider, and with the value-added products services, and due to the distribution model that we have in offline and online, we are actually able to leverage and sell that kind of volume and quantity. But not everybody is, because they don't have distribution model. So that is how we would be successful, and we are trying to do that.
So you are focused on plastic only? Any other material?
At this point of time, yes, sir. I'm so sorry.
Any other material you are not substituting?
Actually, I would say that because this has been our core competence, we understand plastics and as well as injection molding entire process pretty well, and it's a huge, beautiful, amazing, high-tech automatic process system where there are no, as I said, it's a green category plant. So I think we are sticking to our core competence because there's so much opportunity here that we do not want to diverse into something which we don't understand. But yes, progressively over a period of time, we will have a hybrid system where, with the plastic furniture, we'll also try to add certain of wooden component as well as steel component or MS component, because these are the kind of hybrid products that are available in the market. We like to tap that market also.
What is your growth rate?
Sir, last year we did almost 22% growth rate in the top line and about 73% growth in the bottom line.
What are the challenges?
Challenges, I would say, that we have to become a little more aggressive in terms of not only branding, distribution, marketing efforts, fleet on street, as well as their back-end operations, and imbibing a lot of new age technology to ensure that we have a certain amount of edge from the competitors, as well as we have an inkling and idea of our customers' preferences, choices. And once we are able to do these things, then it should give us a huge amount of growth, consistent growth, of course. And then probably there is a certain amount of supersonic barrier that we can break. The moment we break that, we'll be in a very different league altogether, which we're looking forward to. So we are in the process of doing that.
What will be your fund requirement if you think of jumping into higher scale?
Yes, sir. That is the biggest challenge at this point of time, because internal accrual is not good enough to take care of the entire funding that we're looking at. So we are actually proposing and thinking that, probably we'll acquire certain amount of debt from the bank, because we are low on the debt. We only have about 1.75 crore rupees of long-term debt and about 6 crore rupees of CC limit. So we can leverage our company to take certain amount of more debt to ensure that we are able to fund our expansion plan. But in case if markets are supportive enough and investors are more than happy to sort of associate with us and continue to guide us, bless us, and support us, we believe that we should be able to pick up some stake from the market by doing certain amount of, let's say, future planning in terms of raising money from the market also.
How do you visualize your company 3 years from now?
Well, I visualize that, we should be having the product leadership as well as category leadership, industry leadership from all standpoint of view, because at this point, we're not only the largest manufacturer and amongst the top 5 or 6 companies in the entire country. So we believe that we will certainly be in the top 4 for that matter, but we will also have a great amount of, let's say, SKU range as well as diverse product category with us, which will help us to support that, we don't go down in the history due to any challenges that we face over a period of time, and we will not be dependent on a single product category. So that should actually help us a lot, and that will make this company an institution rather than in a company at this point manufacturing plastic furniture.
What is your client's feedback?
Your
client's feedback about your
client's feedback. I think the proof of pudding lies in eating. The client's feedback can be always taken on Flipkart and Amazon, what customers say and talk about us. And in terms of, let's say, running the company 2 decades that we have been doing, I don't think that we have had any kind of litigation or any challenges from any stakeholder, distributors, supplier, bankers, etc. We are compliant on all standards. Our governance is pretty good. We ensure that we are always ahead in terms of compliances as well as growth that we need to witness. So I think, we don't have any such issues and challenges on that front.
Who are your large shareholders?
Large shareholders. I think I have to see at the Ben Post because I'm not very sure, but there are a couple of people who are large shareholders, and there is about 30% of the shareholding is with the minority shareholders or the retail investors, which is available, and it's available in the Ben Post. So I have not gone through that.
What are your expectations from the government to support?
I don't really expect any support from government as such, because government anyway is not disturbing us in any way. It is, let's say we are cruising in our own speed, with our own strength, with our own conviction. And I don't think whether it's income tax or GST or anything. Yes, of course, there are certain challenges sometimes when, let's say, electricity gets hampered, the uninterrupted supply, there is a challenge and all the thing. But beyond that, I really don't see any support coming from government. We are not even looking at it.
Technology-wise, how you are geared up?
Technology, we are the most technology compliant company in terms of the manufacturing, because we are state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. We have a machine which is a 2-platen machine taken from Haitian, which is the world's second largest manufacturer of machine. More than 30,000 machines they produce in China, and that's a 2-platen technology, which is very different than the conventional, which is toggle or RAM technology. So we ensure that we buy the best and the latest, not only in terms of machine, but in molds and auxiliary products also. We buy from the global leaders, and that's how we have been successful. We are able to sustain our growth strategy only just because our capex and our capital requirement or products and services that we use, or the manufacturing ability that we have created, is sustainable and is ahead of technology in terms of productivity, quality, cost control, etc.
What about efficiency?
What about
efficiency?
Efficiency. As I said, we are operating at 100% capacity, and right from Six Sigma, Kaizens, anything in a lean management, etc. that we do, SOP that we have created. We are also we have also taken IS from TUV German company. So we are ensuring that efficiency, quality parameters are all met day in and out, and we don't fall out on the customer's expectation.
Any role model company you have in mind?
Oh, there are a couple of them. Let's say, for example, Neel Kamal is a generic brand, big company. Supreme is a great, good quality company, and they are doing a great job. There are European companies like Alibaba, etc. They are actually front runners. They're the global leaders in the market. China, there are a couple of companies who are doing more than $500 million turnover in the plastic furniture segment itself. So I think we are a company which needs to probably take it forward by actually, expanding our horizon and our vision by getting into the product category and the geographical spread, so that we can leverage our strength and go far off places.
Do you have exclusive showrooms?
We don't have an exclusive showroom at this point of time. We haven't thought about it, but in the process of evaluating, because it's a great and good idea to have some kind of a showroom which can showcase all our abilities and demonstrate our product range, which probably has not been the case at this point of time. We'll certainly do that.
Any other important information you may like to share?
I think, in extempore, I don't have anything else to say, but I can only say that the integrity, the honesty, the workmanship or leadership at our company exists. Not only me, my two young, smart, intelligent, abroad educated sons who are grounded, and they day in and out takes care of the operation in terms of manufacturing, finances, etc. Another boy taking care of the marketing, sales, and even my daughter-in-law also support full-time in the company, who's taking her branding and communication. So as a company, we are four of us operating 24/7 out of this facility and ensuring that over a period of time, it is not a question of succession, but it's a question of diversity in taking over the onus and responsibility and hands-on, so that we are able to deliver a value to the shareholders, stakeholders, etc. So I can say that we have a great, bright future ahead of us, not in terms of leadership, the position that we have, the place that we are sitting in, the kind of technological deployment that we have, the advance in the product range category, 40% cheaper, 3 years guarantee, SKU expansion, backward forward integration. So we only have every recipe that is available or that needs to be available with us to actually make a great company, and we are in the process of building that.
Do you think anything is stopping you from growing fast?
Yes, two things: money and manpower. In case if I have access to capital, yes, I will grow. Manpower can be acquired, not